Today, I'm breaking down 12 quick and powerful CapCut effects to instantly upgrade your edits. Starting with number 1, the 3D effect. Now, I have imported the video I want to use for this tutorial. The first step is to duplicate your clip by holding Alt-Option on your keyboard if you are using a Windows or a MacBook respectively, and dragging it above. Then change the scale to 200%. Once that is done, navigate to the Mask tab, add a mask, and select the circle mask. Invert the mask and adjust the scale until it looks right. Set the feather to around 30 so the edges look smooth and soft. After that, go to the Effects tab, search for Blur, and drag the blur effect to the top layer. Set it to about 10, then drag the chrome blur to that same top layer, and bring the blur slider to about 15. Now duplicate that top layer again and place it on the top. Go to Basic and increase the scale to 400%. Now let's jump into the second effect, the seamless AI transition. I've imported 2 clips. The first is a beach and mountain landscape, and the second is an underwater shot. Move the timeline marker to the end of the first clip. Then, click the menu and export a still frame. I'll set the resolution to 4K, matching the video resolution, and the format to JPEG. Disable any extras and click Export. Do the same thing for the first frame of the second clip. Once you have both images, go to AI Media and select AI Video. Under Image to Video, choose multiple images to define the first and last frame. Import the first frame from the first clip and the last frame from the second clip. Now write a text description explaining what you want to happen in the transition, including any camera movement. Set the model to the latest version, 3.0. I'll leave everything on default, including the duration set to 5 seconds, which works perfectly. Make sure the aspect ratio matches your video size, then click Generate. Once it's finished, you'll have your seamless AI transition. The next effect is color isolation. Color isolation effect allows you to lower the saturation of every other color in your video except one. This makes your chosen color stand out while the rest of the image fades to black and white. Start by adding your video or image to the timeline, then go to the Adjustment tab. Navigate to the HSL subtab, and that's where the real gold is. For this tutorial, I will be keeping the red color in this video, so what I have to do is increase both the hue and the saturation of the color. Once that's done, I will go to other colors and reduce the hue and the saturation of the colors. Once you are done, you'll have your seamless AI transition. Fourth effect, Text Behind effect. The text behind effect creates depth by placing text behind a person or object in your video. Start by importing your clip and drag it to the timeline. Duplicate your clip by holding Alt-Option on your keyboard and dragging it above. Deactivate the top clip by pressing V on your keyboard. Now add a text layer in between the 2 clips like this. Customize the text however you like it. Once you are done with the customization, activate the top clip again by pressing V. With the upper clip selected, navigate to the Remove BG tab and select Auto Removal. Wait a little while for the processing to finish. Once done, you will now have your text at the back of your subject. Now let's jump into the fifth effect, Text Highlight effect. The text highlight effect helps you emphasize key points. By changing color, adding boldness, or animating only one section of the text, you guide viewers' attention exactly where you want it. Start by adding your desired clip you want to highlight to your timeline, and duplicate the layer. On the top layer, go to the Mask subtab and add a rectangle mask. Now navigate to the Adjust tab and scroll down till you find the exposure slider. Bring the exposure to 0 to highlight the rectangle mask added. Now go back to the Mask subtab and bring the rectangle to the place you want to highlight. You can adjust the mask if need be. Once you are done adjusting, click on the reverse button to invert the masked area. Set the feather to around 20 to make the place stand out. Now go back to the upper layer and trim out a few frames from the beginning of the clip. Switch to the Animation tab and add a fade-in animation to smoothly highlight the highlighted part of the script. Do the same for the ending part of the upper clip too, and you will have your aesthetic text highlight effect. The next effect is the relight effect. The first step is to add your desired clip to the timeline and trim out the excess part of the clip for easy and fast rendering. Under the Basic tab, scroll down till you find the relight effect, activate it, and out of the several effects there, choose the one you want. For this tutorial, I will be choosing the neon bicolor. Wait for a while and the effect will be added to your video. Perhaps you've added the effect, but you want to change it to another one. You can play around the loads of effects and pick the one you want. The next effect is the dreamy effect. Import your clip and drag it to the timeline. Once done, adjust the clip any way you want it and move to the Effects tab at the upper left side of your editing page. Search for this soft effect and drag it on top of the clip. At the right side panel, locate the soft light slider and increase it to around 100. Once that's done, you now have your cinematic dreamy effect. The 80th effect is the blur background effect. Drag your clip to the timeline and duplicate it. Navigate to the Remove BG section and turn on the auto removal. Wait a while for CapCut to totally separate the subject from the background. Once it's done, go to the Effects tab and search for the blur effect. Drag the blur effect on the down layer. You can adjust the blur slider till it feels natural and meets the flow of the clip. Once that is done, you will have your perfect blur background effect. The next effect we will be talking about is the magnifying effect. The first step is to drag the clip you want to use and duplicate it. On the duplicated clip, navigate to the Mask segment under the Video tab and select the rectangle mask to highlight the exact part you want to magnify in the clip. After that, deactivate the clip underneath by clicking V on your keyboard. Now select the upper clip again and move your playhead to where you want the magnifying effect animation to begin. Now add a transform keyframe there, move a few frames forward, and add another keyframe. Increase the scale a little bit to have that smooth zoom in animation. Now for the out animation, just move to almost the ending part and add 2 keyframes as you are seeing it here to have the zoom out animation. Activate the lower layer by pressing V. Go to the first keyframe on the upper layer and add a blend keyframe to the lower layer in the exact place. Go to the second keyframe on the upper layer and add a blend keyframe to the lower layer in the exact place. Reduce the opacity to about 30 to create the soft animation. Do for the remaining keyframes as I have done in this video. Once done, you will have your beautiful magnifying effect. Effect 10, Smooth Slow Motion Effect. Add your clip to the timeline and trim out the unnecessary part of it. Once you are done, navigate to the Speed tab and reduce the speed however you want it. For this tutorial, I will reduce it to 0.5x. Scroll down a little and turn on the Smooth Slow-Mo. You will see 2 options. Pick the optical flow option and wait for the processing to be done. Once the processing is done, you will have your smooth slow motion video. The next effect is the text tracking effect. Start by adding your clip to the timeline and trim out the unnecessary part of the video. Add a text layer on top of the video, write whatever text you like and customize it. Navigate to the Tracking tab and turn it on, select the motion tracking, and leave everything checked as you can see in this video. Now drag the yellow box to wherever you want the text to track and click Start. Wait for the processing to be done and you will have your sleek motion tracking text. Finally, effect number 12 is outline text. Start by importing your clip to the timeline. After that, create a text layer. Adjust the font and position as you like. Next, duplicate your clip and place it on the top layer to make the text layer in between. Now go to the Remove Background tab and select Auto Removal, so CapCut cuts out the subject automatically. Once that's done, duplicate your text layer and place it on the top layer. Change the color to black, then enable stroke and set the stroke color to white with a thickness of about 10. Right-click the text layer and create a compound clip, and change the blending mode to screen so the black background disappears. And that's it. You now have 12 CapCut effects to level up your edits. The 3D effect, the seamless AI transition, outline text, and some other effects mentioned. I hope you found this tutorial useful. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.